Well, I mean, Sentinel's Eye. We're going for it. We are going for it. Go to combat. See if they block. Come on, no block. No block. No block. Alright, I mean, yeah, go for it. Solid footing? Ah! Got him! Oh, no one expects it. No one expects it. Need some new Zendikar Rising cards? You can get them today from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. Just head over to cardkingdom.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. And we have an interesting one this week. Last week on our poll, the winning card was Charix the Raging Isle, the big 0 power, tons of toughness, 0/17 crab. And the format was standard. It took a little bit of work, but I think I figured out a way. I think I might have figured out a way to make Charix into a really sweet one-shot kill attacker. In a deck called Charix Crab Chantress, we need to use some enchantments to actually make Charix work. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Let's talk about the deck. Get into the game. See this ridiculous pile in action. So, of course, our namesake card, Charix the Raging Isle. 4 mana, 0/17. Little bit of protection with spells costing more for our opponent to target it. And then we can pump it equal to the number of islands we control. Loses toughness, but whatever. It has so much toughness, it doesn't matter. The challenge of Charix is there isn't really much toughness matter stuff in Standard. We don't have Huatlis anymore. We don't have Assault Formations. The easiest way to take advantage of Charix is obviously just to make it so we're attacking by its toughness rather than its power. Thankfully, after a bunch of digging, we found a single card in Standard that can get the job done. It takes some work, but Solid Footing is the most important card in our deck. 1 mana flash enchantment. It gives enchanted creature +1/+1, and as long as it has vigilance, it deals combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So let's say we have a 0/17 Charix. We need to obviously find a way to give it vigilance. We put a Solid Footing on it though. We're going to be hitting our opponent for at least 18 damage. With a little bit more help, we can just one-shot kill our opponent. For vigilance, we have Sentinel's Eyes. So we're essentially like a 3-card combo deck. We need Charix, we need Sentinel's Eyes to give it vigilance, and then the idea is we attack with Charix, hope our opponent doesn't block, because think about a Charix with the Sentinel's Eyes on it. You're taking 1. It's a 1/18. That's not something you're really scared of. So ideally, our opponents could be like, okay, no blocks, we'll take 1, whatever. And then we flash in Solid Footing, and Solid Footing in that scenario is essentially a +18 pump spell. 18 power for a single mana. So all of a sudden, with no extra help, Charix, Solid Footing, Sentinel's Eyes, that's 19 power attacker, which is absolutely absurd if we have like 2 Sentinel's Eyes, 2 Solid Footings, whatever. Then it's just lethal on the spot. So that's the entire idea of the deck. That's what we're hoping to set up. To go along with this plan, we have some other enchantments for utility. Setest and Training for trample so we can get through blockers. Staggering Insight for life gain so we can fight through aggro, a couple of huge attacks, even if we're getting chumped. It's going to gain us like 20 life a turn or something. Really hard for aggro decks to beat since they can't really kill Charix anyway because the toughness is so high. Then we have some ways to find our enchantments. Setest the Champion just draws us cards as we play enchantments and is a good backup plan if we don't have a Charix. It is higher toughness and power. We can grow it. We can put Solid Footing on it, go beatdowns. Heliod's Pilgrim just finds whatever of our auras we need to finish the combo and win with Charix. Otherwise, for protection, Karametra's Blessing, Elson of Life's Bounty, to make sure our opponent doesn't just kill our Charix before we get to get our enchantments on it and attack with it to win the game. Otherwise, Nahiri's Binding, a little bit of removal, tutorable by our Heliod's Pilgrim. Mana base, pretty simple. Subdual Lads, Fabled Passage, basics. 1 Castle Arden Veil's another way to make creatures. In the sideboard, we have some escape stuff to fight against the rogue decks, primarily. Scavenging Goose, good against aggro, can be big, also good against the rogue mill-style decks. Mystical Dispute for control, Starlight Mantle, more protection for Charix, tutorable by Heliod's Pilgrim, like a flash, hexproof aura. Broken Wings, gets artifacts, enchantments, or flyers, pretty relevant, even if it's a little overcoasted. A little bit more to Nahiri's Binding for removal, and that is Charix Crab Chantress for Modern. That's our Against Odds deck for this week. So can it work? Can we assemble all the pieces of the puzzle, get the Sentinel's Eyes, and the flashy Solid Footing on Charix, get a one-shot kill or two? Let's find out. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Against the Odds time, we are Charixing in Standard. Crab Chantress, trying to turn Charix into a one-shot kill machine. We'll see. We will see. Well, I got lands for stays, but I don't think we can actually keep 6 lands and no action. Alright, well, this will keep. We will put a Sentinel's Eyes to the bottom for now. Alright, Scryland. Karametra's Blessing to the bottom, I think. Booted. Swamp. And Mire Triton. Huh, alright. To the top. Just kidding, that's what I meant. Put it to the top. Let's play Pathway on green. Pass the turn. Boot it. Gets and hits us. Down to 18. Fabled Passage passes. Play an island. Heliod's Pilgrim. And I think we grab... Let's take Sentinel's Eye. We don't really want to let our opponent know that we have this Charix kill. We also want to try to protect Charix. Gonna be a little tricky. Boon it. Stomps on the Pilgrim. Sure. Gets and hits us. Yeah. Down to 16. And... Agonizing Remorse. Alright, that's a good one. Takes our Cetessan champion. Yeah, we're kind of playing towards that. Well, play the Pathway. On white. Play Elcid. Play Sentinel's Eye. Karametra's Blessing. Oh, just kidding. Alright. Well, opponent's got the removal spell. Alright. Yeah. Opponent. Oh, jeez. Gets in. Hits us. Down to 14. I mean, when we play Charix, the problem is it dies to every removal spell, and our opponent's deck has many of them. But, I mean, if we don't play it, then it gets hit by Agonizing Remorse. There's Bone Crusher. So close. Well, play Charix. I mean, pass the turn. Hope they don't have removal. Opponent has a mountain. Wow. If they draw a land and they need all 4 to kill it, I'm going to be so sad. Opponent. If we untap with Charix, we can kind of protect it with this Karametra's Blessing. I don't think we're untapping with it, though. Alright, opponent has a removal spell. Yeah. They did need to draw that land, too, but land was drawn, and now we are probably dead. Oh. Crabs don't have very good luck, I'm realizing. Staggering Insight would have been good if we were alive, but we're not, and we scoop it up. Ugh. Oh, that land top deck, so brutal. Well, bringing the Scavenging Oozes, go down a Pilgrim, go down 1 Sentinel's Eyes, go down 1 Cetessan Training, run it like that. Whee! Oh, Charix. Oh, poor Charix. Oh, might be a long week, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that top deck. That top deck was so brutal. I mean, I guess it was just a land, but if our opponent didn't have that, we might have actually got there with Charix. So I get to play first. Sure, we'll keep this. Pathway on green. Go. Opponent plays a Swamp. Well, Island and Scavenging Ooze. Go. Opponent has a Mountain. Agonizing Remorse. Reading all of our cards. Takes Charix. Well, Pathway. Staggering Insight. Hit you, draw a card. Alright, another Plains. Well, pass the turn. Swamp for our opponent. Passes. More lands. Well, go to combat. Attack you. Draw a card. Even more lands. Alright. Well, lands are adding up. We will take another Staggering Insight. Play Fabled Passage. Pass the turn. Fabled Passage for our Ebuted. Cracks it. Well, we're not gonna have any land troubles this game. Extinction Event to get rid of our ooze, I guess. Yep. Well, crack Fabled Passage. Thin the deck. Grab a island. Ooh, alright. Cetessan Champion. That's not a bad draw. Play a Plains. Staggering Insight. Draw a card. Go attacking. Draw a card. Ooh, another ooze. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. How much removal do we got, opponent? Mire Triton. Mills a Croxa. Mire Triton. So we can't stop both Croxus? Let's play Elcid. Draw a card. Ooh. Play a Plains. Charix. Alright, I mean, the crab has arrived! We can't really attack because these Mire Tritons pass the turn. The crab is here, and this time we actually have Elcid to protect it. I'm just kidding. We had Elcid to protect it. Opponent. Can you get back Croxa? Alright, there's a Croxa. This is fine, though, because we can just hear he's binding it. Discard a Temple of Mystery. Opponent. Passing. Ooh, Karamas's Bestling's not bad. So 1, 2, 3. Nahiri's binding on Croxa. Draw a card. Forest. Play Scavenging Ooze. Eat the Croxa. And yeah, we can't really attack this turn. Pass the turn. We've done a good job of clogging up the board. Opponent's going to kill our Ooze. Okay. So now we need Vigilance. Potentially also Trample. I guess it doesn't matter because this is indestructible. But we definitely need Vigilance and the ability to deal damage equal to Toughness. Croxa puts them both in the graveyard. Oh, we'll discard the Karametra's Blessing. I think we'd rather hold on to the card draw in case we can draw an Aura. We can't. I'll place the Tessin Champion. Pathway on white. No attacks. Oh, well, we'll see what happens. Can we draw an Aura to draw some cards with these champions to find what we need for Charix to actually start attacking? These Mire Trines are really gumming up the board, too. Opponent, I'm sure, is going to try to... Alright, they killed Charix. Interesting. Oh, Fabled Passage. Go. Oh, no. The old Fizzlin' Flood. Opponent. Swamp. Ox of Agonis. That's a good one. So that's a draw 3 for our opponent. Opponent. Passing. Well, thin the deck. Oh, we really, really, really need an enchantment. Alright, Sentinel's Eyes on Heliod's Pilgrim. Draw 2. Setessan Champion. Fabled Passage. Oh, no! Oh, the fizzle's still going. Oh, no! No, 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 no. If our opponent has Extinction Event, it's over. It's all over. We lose everything. We have not been able to chain together enchantments. We keep hitting these lands for days. Opponent. Looking at our creatures. Passes. Well, thin the deck. I mean, I guess we can attack with this Heliod's Pilgrim, and if it dies, good. And if it doesn't die... Wow. Alright, last basic. If it dies, then at least we get to Sentinel's Eyes again. Alright, we managed to draw another land. Well, get in with Heliod's Pilgrim. Opponent blocks. Yeah. Well, Sentinel's Eyes. Exile some cards. Bone Crusher. And Bone Crusher. Well, Sentinel's Eyes. Exile a couple cards. Draw a couple cards. Heliod's Pilgrim. Yes, please. Setessan Training. Draw 3 cards. Solid Footing. Draw we're getting all the lands out of our deck. Pathway on green. Setessan Training. No Charix, though. Like, we're drawing cards finally. Elcid. Draw a couple cards. Alright, there's a Charix. We will discard a tap land. Discard a tap land. Alright. Alright, alright. I mean, we got a big board now. Unfortunately, that big board does not include Charix yet. Although, hopefully it will in the future. We do have Trample, and we have a lot of card draw, so hopefully we draw into... We're going to need another Solid Footing. We have the full combo, but it's on a Setessan Champion at the moment. Rather than a Charix. Good news is we don't really care about Croxa too much. Runs out of Bone Crusher. Runs out of Bone Crusher. Well, it might be Charix time. Opponent passes. Alright, play Charix. Oh! Well, that's kind of a Charix win. Our opponent scooped it up to the Charix. Does that count? That has to count a little bit at least. Well, run it back. I mean... Oh, it would have been sweeter if we were doing it with Charix, but we still did things. For some reason, that I guess it's probably because no one plays Charix, but for some reason, it seems like opponents really focus on killing Charix. I guess it's one of those cards, since no one plays it, that if you see someone playing it, the first thing you think is, okay, they must be doing something scary with Charix, because why else would anyone play Charix? They must have some combo I've never heard of, so I better kill the crab. And I guess we kinda do, but I don't know if it's as scary as people think. Well, we're on the draw for game number 3 against Rakdos. Well, alright. It's not a Charix hand, but it's not a bad hand. We have Setessan Champions for literal days. Wouldn't mind scrying into a land here. Well, alright, that's a land. Pass the turn. Mountain for our opponent. Agonizing Remorse. Well, good luck. If we ever get to 3 mana, opponent, look out. We got 3 drops coming. Well, Temple of Enlightenment. Scry. Solid footing to the bottom, I think. We want lands. We want lands, and then we want Charix. Opponent. Swamp. And Temeret Calls the Dead. Untap land would be ideal. Mill some cards. Makes a zombie. Well, Temple Scry. I guess we'll keep Setessan training. Pass the turn. Mills. Whiffs. Okay. About it. Gets and hits us. Down 18. Passes. Well, Fabled Passage. Crack Fabled Passage. Grab a Forest. Play Setessan Champion. Elcid. Do they have the removal spell? Okay, we get a card draw. That's good. Alright, pass the turn. Counter on Setessan Champion also means it doesn't die to Heartless Act, which is relevant. Bode crushes. Elcid. Sure. Opponent gets to scry. I mean, if the Setessan Champions live, though, we're actually kind of in good shape. Opponent passes. Well, let's Heliod's Pilgrim. Take Staggerigid Sight. Land. Setessan Training. Draw 2. Alright, there's Charix. There's Charix. And yeah, I guess we go attacking. Okay, Charix coming next turn. And we have card draw set up. This might be working. Opponent. Extinction Event. Okay. So this does wrath our board. However, the crab is coming. The crab is coming. Opponent gets it, hits us. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Charix. Plains. Setessan Training. Pass the turn. The crab is here. Do they have removal? Swamp. 2 cards in hand. Can they kill a crab? I mean, I guess the good news is even if they can kill it. Okay, opponent just gets empty-handed. Well, let's see what we can find to go with this Charix. So, let's play Setessan Champion. Fabled Passage. Crack Fabled Passage. Get an island. Staggering Insight. Charix. Setessan Training. Setessan Champion. Attack you. Opponent blocks. Pass the turn. Opponent kills our Setessan Champion. Mire Triton. Gets it, hits us. That is our card draw, isn't it? Alright, so what do we do now? Awkward, awkward, awkward. We don't have Vigilance. Well, let's play the Scry Lad. Another Staggering Insight. Play Scavenging Ooze. Pass the turn. Swamp for our opponent. Duress can take our solid footing. Alright, so that does slow us down a little bit. But our opponent's out of cards. That's the good news. And we can go double. This is not going to work how our opponent wants. So we block. We kill. We exile. Alright. Whew. I think our opponent was hoping to draw cards with it, but there is a window. If you set your stops right, opponent runs out Bone Crusher to get rid of it. Bone Crusher, Bone Crusher. We untap. Oh, there's still this Mire Triton. Huh. What do we do? I'll play the Pathway on white. And I guess we pass. Hope they can't kill the crab. This Mire Triton's holding down the 4. Ooh, that's a good draw for our opponent. Potentially. Alright, no Croxa at least. Exiles. Makes a 2-2. Well, alright. Start eating stuff. Eat a Liliana. Eat a Extinction Event. Eat a Agonizing Remorse. Untap. More lands. Well, play a Forest. Pass the turn again. Opponent hits the Ox. Gonna get to draw a new hand. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, wait. Okay. Just kidding. Opponent's going to instead let us eat the Ox. So we do lose Charix. Opponent goes attacking. We will eat Charix. Or Elsid. Block the Bode Crusher. Eat the Bode Crusher. Eat the Charix. There's Kirametra's Blessing. Well, alright. Well, Staggering Insight, Odd Scavenging Ooze. Go attacking. Opponent blocks. We still gain 8, though, which is a lot of life. Charix. Pass the turn. The crab is back, opponent. Scry's 1, gains a life. Or Scry's 2, okay. 1 to the top. Opponent. Passes. Well, play Elsid, that's not bad. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent blocks. Pro Black. Kill the Mire Triton. Eat the Mire Triton. And pass the turn. See what our opponent finds. They left something on top. Another Mire Triton. Alright. Opponent. Mills a couple cards. Gain some life. Well. Hey, these Mire Tritons are super obnoxious. The more we can keep the graveyard clean, the better. Because it makes it harder for our opponent to escape stuff. Well, eat. Untap. Ooh, alright. Heliod's Pilgrim. Get Solid Footing. Put it on Charix. And, yeah, pass the turn. No attacks. Opponent untaps. Alright, we will Kirametra's Blessing to save the ooze. And opponent scoops it up! Oh, okay, well, that's not exactly what we envisioned happening, but we did get to see the big butt of Charix being good, and our opponent trying to aggressively kill it, so it wasn't quite the dream of this big, trampling, toughness, damaging Charix. These Mire Tritons really were holding down the fort for our opponent, but, I mean, it's not bad-ish. We had a Charix. I think that counts, at least halfway. So, hey, wait. Alright, against the odds time, we are playing some Charix Enchantress. Trying to one-shot people in Standard. And this hand, yeah, we'll keep it. I mean, our mana's awkward. We have 2 beautiful planes, but they are not going to help us cast our green spells. Well, play Elsid. You. I mean, opponent's plane is fine, but it's not as beautiful as our old... Oh, no. Well, go to combat. Attack. Oh, what we would give for a forest. That would make us super happy. Opponent takes 1. We pass the turn. Opponent. Castle Ardenvale. And passing. Well... Sentinel's Eyes, double the clock. Spikefield Hazard. Well, yeah, I mean, we're not doing anything because of this mana situation, so I think we might as well try to protect this Elsid. It's all we got at the moment. Opponent. Mountain. Legion Angel. Okay. Sure. Well, that's mana of a different color, which we like. Heliod's Pilgrim to the bottom. Well, yeah, pass the turn. Opponent. Kargan War Leader. Alright, the Warriors are stacking up. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, well, there goes Elsid. Alright, that was a bad turn for us. Opponent gets in. Well, plays the Descent Champion. We really need that to live. That's our only hope. Please no Embercleave. Embercleave gets us hard. All right, down to 12. No Embercleave, though. Legion Angel, sure. Well, now we got to try to gain some life. So let's see. Solid Footing on Cetessan Champion. Pathway on White. Sentinel's Eye on Cetessan Champion. Draw a card. Staggering Insight on Cetessan Champion. Hit you for 9? I mean, we're not being able to go in on Charix, but we're also not dead. So that's good news. Opponent goes to 6. We go to 21. Land. Amiria's Call. All right, the clock is increasing. Then we block. I don't know about that attack. That gains us a bunch of life. Well, we will Sentinels. I mean, we're all in out of this at this point. Sentinel's Eyes, draw a card. Cetessan Training, draw a card. Play a Castle Ardenvale. Elcid, draw a card, and our opponent scoops it up. Whew. Okay. Well, that wasn't a Charix win, but it was a win. Opponent's playing Warrior Tribal. Interesting. I think we just go up 2 Broken Wings, and that might be about it. Up 2 Broken Wings, down 1 Elcid, down 1 Heliod's Pilgrim. Yeah, let's try it like that. I mean, Broken Wings, it's nice. It's a little expensive, but getting our opponent's random flyers like Legion Angel and getting random equipments like Embercleave, that flexibility does have value. Well, all right, we'll keep this. We actually have the full Charix combo. We just need our lands to work out. But I mean, we have Charix, Solid Footing, Sentinel's Eyes, and even Karametra's Blessing. Season Hollowblade for our opponent. Well, play the Plains past the turn. So we need a blue source. I mean, we're going to be able to play Cetessan Champion. Maul the Skyclave. Yeah. That is a clock. So we're taking 5 in the air. How we untap? Pathway, Cetessan Champion. I mean, we'd much rather be going in on Charix, but we got to do what we got to do with this mana situation. Akiri. Yeah. Opponent gets in, draws a card. Hits us to 10. Tap land. Ooh. Interesting. Wow, what do we do here? So we could play Charix and try to see if we can get the one-shot Jankum out. That seems risky. All right, let's Sentinel's Eye, draw a card. I think we got to kill this Maul. Fabled Passage. No attacks past the turn. All right, Blade Master. Well, crack this. Grab a Island. And Broken Wings the Maul? All right. Not dead. Not dead yet. Shadow Sphere. Well, dead in the future, though. And a tap land. Opponent passes. What is our pathway? So opponent can equip. That's going to give double strike, so we're dropping to 1? Huh. All right, Cetessan Champion. Solid Footing. Cetessan Champion. Hopefully draw an untapped white source for Karametra's Blessing. All right, tapped white sources. Well, play it. We already got a Charix, so to the bottom. Attack. Oh. I don't know if we survived this turn, though. Opponent, land. Oh, now we definitely don't. All right. Yeah. Sure. Maul is a really good card. Ugh. Our opponent's deck's been aggressive enough. We haven't had a chance to get down. Haven't had a chance to get down our Charixes. Let's go up another Binding, down a Cetessan Training, and run it like that. All right. We're on the play for game 3, which is good. Is it enough? Is it enough? We play first. Oh, boy. Not keeping that. Well, all right, this will keep. We will put a Pilgrim to the bottom. Well, Temple of Enlightenment. Binding to the bottom. Need lands first. That's step 1. Opponent. Plains. Well, play Elcid. Play Pathway. Ugh, do we? Let's play Fabled Passage. Pass the turn. I'm not sure what color we need to set this on yet. Opponent. Mountain. Hollowblade. Well, crack this. Grab a Island. Oh, hopefully we get a land for Charix. We do not. Well, Pathway on white. Pass the turn. Oh, come on. Come on, untap land for the crab. We have a pretty good crab setup if we get to it. Opponent has Maul. Alright, so here comes the beatdown. Yeah. Well, that's solid footing. Now I think we're going to have to go in on this Elcid. We take 5. Down to 15. Untap. Staggering Insight. Go to combat, attack. Draw a card, gain some life. Well, okay. Karametra's best thing is protection. So that's good. Land for our opponent. Kargan War Leader to increase the clock. Okay. Opponent gets it for 6. Yeah, let's solid footing. Untap. Go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent takes it. Can we draw land? No. Huh. Well, I guess we gotta play Heliod's Pilgrim. This is awkward. The missing of land drops is giving us all kinds of issues. Now we're shields down if our opponent can kill our... If our opponent can kill our Elcid. We were hoping to draw a land so we could leave up this blessing. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we haven't got Charix mana. Not even close. Another Maul the Skyclaves. Opponent gets in for a bunch. We go to 5. Okay. Tap land. Well, Nahiri's Binding. Get in with Elcid. Get in with Pilgrim. Gain back a bit of life. Oh, still not a land. Okay. Akiri. Opponent gets in. Draws a card. Hits us. Hollow Blade. Tapped land, eh? Huh. That's not good. Are we just straight up dead? I think so. Yeah, we didn't hit the land drops. Awkward. I feel like we were in the position to win this, but we were mana screwed for days. So we attack. I'll go to combat. Attack. But opponent can block, discard, save it. Yeah, and then we're dead. Alright. If we had hit lands, I think we had it, but we didn't. Well, no Charix that time. Alright. Against the odds time, we are crabbing in Modern and, or in Standard rather, and also mulliganing. Tried to Charix, Crab Chantress, yeah, well, that's not gonna work. That is pretty bad, but, I guess we keep and just trust that we draw lands. I mean, we're not really skimping on lands. We're a 24 land deck, so we're not skimping, but we're also not drawing lands at the moment. Plains for our opponent. Tangled Floral Hedron. Well, that's a land, okay. Sort of getting there. Put it. Llanowar Vision. Alright, so opponent's playing probably Green-White Yorion. Scry land, sure. Ramping is still a pretty popular strategy. Well, okay, that's a land. It is tapped, which is a bummer, but... Alright. To the top, pass the turn. Opponent. Problem is they're getting to the point where they can start doing big, scary things. Like, opponent's got 6 mana. Opponent. Thinking. They should be able to do something pretty good with that amount of mana. Alright, opponent goes attacking. Sure. Down 18. Plays a Yarion. I mean, Yarion is pretty good. It's a redraw. Yeah. So opponent draws another card, gets a big flyer. Way on tap. We will play this on white. Cetacean Champion. Sentinel's Eye. Draw a card. Ugh, so much white mana. So little Charix mana. I mean, I expect they have Elspeth Conquers Death, and there's not really much we can do about it. And by much, I mean anything. Opponent plays a land. And has Elspeth Conquers Death. Well, we predicted that. Opponent. Yeah, turn 3 Arion's pretty good. Well, play... Oh, we can't even... Well, play Cetacean Champion. Solid footing, draw a card. Yeah, if they got another Yarion, we're just done anyway. Blessing to the bottom. And pass the turn. Takes up Elspeth Conquers Death. Has a glass casket. And now we are dead. Alright, sure. Well, that was a pretty good Yarion start. Unfortunately, I mean, we bring in the Broken Wings. Nahiri's Binding, boy, the enchantment base removal is not great, that's for sure. I guess we'll bring in a Starlit Mantle too, and Maybe a couple oozes. Ooze at least gets rid of stuff reanimating. Yeah, running like that. That at least gets rid of the reanimation, although Elspeth Conquers Death probably just gets us anyway for the most part. Just exiling our stuff. It gets around Charix's protection. Well, we get to be on the play, and maybe we won't have that desperate one-lander, although we did hit our land drops last game after the mulligan, thankfully. Not that it actually mattered. Well, go Charix, I guess. You can't be a Charix deck and then mulligan your Charix hand, so... I mean, is this hand good? Not really, but it's got the crab, and that's what this is all about anyway. Well, Temple of Mystery. I mean, that's the full combo. It doesn't get around Elspeth Conquers Death, unfortunately. Well, Temple, Scry, Forest, bottom, opponent, Forest, and are we ramping? Yeah. Well, land go. This looks familiar. This looks just like last game. Oh, are we going to be 1 point? We need one more white source, oddly. Opponent, tap land. To the bottom. Trail of Crumbs. Okay. Gets a food. Gets in for one. Well, it's crab time. Land, crab, go. Please no Elspeth Conquers Death. Please. None of that. Like, Elspeth Conquers Death, untap Yarion, flake it, and then the Crab Dream. The Raging Isle. Yeah. Can't beat Elspeth Conquers Death, apparently. The funny thing is, with a white source, we have potential to have lethal next turn. Like, Sentinel's Eyes, double solid footing, that is 20. Right now we're at 19, which, one is a long way off. Charming Prince, okay. 2 to the bottom. And untap land, okay. Well, I mean, Sentinel's Eye. We're going for it. We are going for it. Go to combat. See if they block. Come on, no block. No block. No block. All right. I mean, yeah, go for it. Solid footing. Oh, got him! Oh, no one expects it. No one expects it. No one expects the sudden death. The sudden death from... solid footing of all things. That is by far my favorite part of this deck, is it's just no one, how does anyone expect it? All right, let's actually go Mystical Disputes. Like, no one, how can you expect it? How can you think, okay, this 118 is attacking me, what's the word? They can pump and hit me for 2. Like, I have nothing to worry about here. I don't want to lose a creature. And then for 1 mana, it's just like, oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Actually, you were dead. Like, straight up dead. Well, all right. Sand seems like it can grind a bit, maybe. Well, tap land. Cetessan Training. Bottom, I think. Opponent. Trail of Crumbs. Sure. Well, play Elcid. Temple. Heliod's Pilgrim. Also bottom. Go. Force our opponent passes. Huh. Well, play Temple. Yeah, we already have 2 Charixes, so Charix to the bottom. Go attacking. Ship the turd. Opponent's, I assume, drawing with this food, yeah. Gain some life. Draws a... Wow, they're really thinking. All right, Great Henge. All right, so that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem eventually. Planes for our opponent. Wicked Wolf. Well, this actually works surprisingly well, because this is not a May. So we actually just... Oh, no, I'm so... Oh, boy. Oh, that was a punt. That is what you call a punt. We could have killed the Wicked Wolf there. Instead... Yeah, that was... Well, no, we couldn't have killed it, right? Once it... Yeah, never mind. I'm an idiot. Since it gives hexproof, I was thinking of the indestructibility part. Opponent, Elspeth Conquers Death. Well, we will go pro-white. Opponent gets in. No blocks. Well, Elcid. Draw a card. Fabled Passage. Crack Fabled Passage. Get a Plains. Sentinel's Eye. Draw a card. Sentinel's Eye. Draw a card. And hit ya. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent takes up Elspeth Conquers Death. Land. Yarion. Gonna do some Blinkerinos. Blinks it all. Yeah. Opponent gets everything back. Alright, so... Well, protection from white. This does mean we lose our Sentinel's Eyes, but that's not really that bad. Untap. Heliod's Pilgrim. Take Starlit Mantle. No attacks. Yeah, Elspeth Conqueror's Death with Yarion is so annoying. Well, Starlit Mantle. Draw a card, give it Hexproof. Now our opponent gets down. Great Henge 2? Ugh. We really need this Elspeth Conqueror's Death to go away. Like, that is giving us all kinds of issues. Runs out of dork, draws a card. Sure. Land. Gets and hits us. Down to 14. How do we want to do this? I'll play the Scryland. Keep Staggering Insight. Setessid Training. Draw a couple cards. Hit ya. Opponent blocks. Yeah, we're not really Charixing here, but wow, they're gonna let it die. Interesting. I mean, I guess that lets them get it back with Elspeth Conqueror's Death, which is some value. Yeah, so opponent gets back Wicked Wolf. Kills our Pilgrim. Draws a card. Well, we'll see. Yeah. What do they got? What do they got? Skyclave Apparition. Well, we need to... Karametra's Blessing. Opponent. Can't snag one of our enchantments. I assume you go for the Trample, but... Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Draws a card. Scryland to the bottom. Gilded Goose. Draws a card. If our opponent ever finds another Yarion, it's super bad. Opponent gets and hits us. Down to 8. Oh, that's a blessing. Okay, so, well, we're going for it. Sentinel's Eye on Setessin Champion. Exile a couple cards. Play a Plains. Staggering Insight. Setessin Champion. Draw a card. Ooh, Broken Wings is actually interesting. I'll go to combat. Attack. Opponent blocks. Saxofood. Gets a Wicked Wolf. We gain a bunch of life. We draw a card. And, yeah, pass the turn. All right, Setessin Champion. It is up to you to hold down this fort. Opponent. Turn Timber Symbiosis. Okay. Yarion's probably their best hit. Wow, okay, just a Visionary. Draws a card, draws a card. Scryland to the bottom. Gilded Goose draws a card. Opponent. Combat. Gets in with the Flyers. Well, we'll take it. Down to 14. Well, let's Solid Footing. Draw a card. Can we get to lethal? This Wicked Wolf's an issue. Well, let's... Yeah, let's untap. Fabled Passage. Crack it. Get a... Forest. Sentinel's Eyes. Draw a card. Solid Footing. Draw a card. Sentinel's Eyes. Draw a card. Setessin Training. Draw 2 cards. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent. How are we blocking? Opponent blocks. And blocks. Okay. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So opponent's taking... Wow, I actually think this might be lethal. Wait, are we missing something? So they can sack 1 food. They'd be soaking up 10 damage. So they're taking 11. They can sack the other food to gain 2 life. 3 life. So they'd be at 15. But if we double pump, it's 20. I think this works. Karametra's Blessing. Wow, this ended up being ridiculous. We didn't get to Charix, but wow. Oh, no! Oh, Staggering Insight's your choice? Okay. Wow, they keep needing to blow up this Trample enchantment, and they keep not doing it. Well, I guess we have 2 now. I mean, this is lethal, right? 22, 9. Karametra's Blessing? Oh! Woo! Well, that wasn't the most crabby of games, but good lord. That, in game 1, that felt unwinnable. It felt like we had no chance, but in the end, it came through. It came through. Well, sweet. All right. Against the odds time, we are crabbing in Standard. Crab Chantress. Ugh. One land, no keep. Up against Luris, so probably Mardu, I would guess, most commonly. Who knows, though? Could be something else. Well, we got a crab. Put a training to the bottom. I mean, crab and maybe protection for crab. Something for opponent. Passes. Well, Temple of Enlightenment. Scry. Pathway bottom. Oh. Alright, so opponent's playing the mill deck. Ugh. Alright, yeah, this might be a tough one. Opponent, tap land, gets in, hits us. Well, Temple, Scry. Sentinel's Eyes. We'll leave on top. It's a combo piece, and it also escapes, which is relevant. Island for opponent. Gets in, hits us. No blocks. Gets a Luris. Well, that's Sentinel's Eye. And play a Temple, Scry. Yeah, to the well, let's keep it. They're gonna mill us one of these days. Get in, hit ya. Ship the turn. Island for our opponent. And combat. Passes. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent takes it. Charix is gonna get countered, isn't it? Well, alright, Charix. Doesn't get hit by Drown in the Lock at the moment. Alright, opponent has a non-Drown in the Lock counter. Well, pass the turn. Opponent. Passes. Well, pathway. And go, I guess. Another yeah. Alright, so things are getting worse. Much worse. Mills. Yeah, this might be a tough one for the crab. The odds of resolving a crab are... Oh, well, yeah. Maybe opponent's crab beats our crab. The odds of resolving a crab are just really low. Once we get our sideboard escape stuff, it might help. Opponent combat. Getting aggressive. Well, we'll take it. Opponent passes. We draw... more lands. Well, alright. I think we're in full-on desperation mode. If this dies, we concede. Alright, resolves. We get to draw. Pathway on white. I'll go attacking. We're still in a super bad spot. We just got nothing going on except sort of this Elcid. I'll gain back a bit of life past the turn. Into the story, opponent. Yeah. Yes, this is tough. Opponent. Crab number 2. Tons of milling. Yeah, I think this one's just over. Fabled Passage cracked. Yeah, we're actually just going to concede. There's no way we can actually win, and we're just letting our opponent see our entire deck and know how to sideboard, which is probably unwise. So, Arachnir's in, Elspeth in. We basically want the stuff we can escape. Ooze is in. Mystical Dispute's probably in. That's a lot of cards, though. Nahiri's Binding, out. We can go down a Pilgrim. We can go, like, one Sentinel's Eyes, since our opponent's going to mill us into them anyway, theoretically. Down a Sentinel's Eyes. Down a Setessan Training. Down a Pilgrim. Down a Pilgrim. Down a Staggering Insight. And one more Training? Ugh. Alright, try it like that. Yeah, this feels like a very challenging matchup for our deck. Alright, opponent. What do you got? Well, we do not have land, so we'll mulligan. Well, okay. We will keep. Solid footing to the bottom, I guess. Well, land go. This hand's not horrible. It's not good. Wind Robber's fine. Because we just get to Arachnir it. Pass the turn. Put it. Swamp. And passes. Well, Plains and Setessan Champion. Go to combat. Attack ya. Alright, opponent runs out a blocker. We would like this champion to live. Opponent gets in, hits us. Mills. Sure. Down to 19. Opponent passes. Ooh. Well, Fabled Passage. Crack Fabled Passage. Get a... Island. Elcid. Draw a card. And... yeah, get in with Setessan Champion. Opponent down to 18. Pass the turn. Leave up our counter. Alright. I mean, we got a game plan. And we have sweeter basics. Like, nothing against our opponent's basics, but how do you beat the old border basics? Opponent, combat. Gets in. Well, we get to Spider Block. Opponent. Land. And passes. Well, Sentinel's Eyes. Exile a couple cards. Draw a Temple. Well, play the Temple. Scry. To the bottom. I mean, we're going to get milled anyway. Go to combat. attack ya. Opponent down to 14. And yeah, pass the turn. Leave up our counter. Opponent untaps. Another white source would actually be helpful. Being able to, like, play Staggering Insight and leave up Karametra's Blessing would be decent. I guess even just having more mana next turn is going to help, because we can Elcid and Staggering Insight and maybe counter? Yeah, another land would be good, especially a white source. Alright, opponent cracking Fabled Passage. Gets an island. Tap land. And gets in Mills us. Now we get to block. Untap. Well, play Elcid. Number 2. Opponent counters. Sure. I'll go to combat. Attack, attack. Well, we will counter the Thought Thief. Opponent takes their beats. Scavenging Ooze. Pass the turn. If opponent has, like, Extinction Event, that would be bad news. Otherwise, I kind of like where we're at. Alright, opponent gets a Luris. Sure. And casts it. And scoops it up? Alright, well, we didn't crab him, but we did manage to find a way through the mill deck, which is good. Do we want Broken Wings, too? They only have 1 flyer. Alright, let's run it back. I think that's fine. I mean, having a bunch of stuff to escape was very helpful there. Still not convinced this is a good matchup, and it's definitely a tricky matchup for Charix itself. Okay. This is a weird hand. We don't have any of our... I mean, I guess we have Solid Footing, but we don't really have much of our main plan, but we do have a bunch of sideboard cards, which are good against our opponent's deck, so we'll keep. Fabled Passage. Well, let's scry. Yeah, keep Temple. Opponent. Ruin Crab. Yeah, that's... Oh, but no land? That's interesting. Well, Temple, scry. Keep Mystical Dispute. Pass the turn. Well, that one we will definitely counter. Alright, opponent top decks the land. That's a good draw for our opponent. For sure. We'll play a Forest, play an Ooze, and pass the turn. Opponent has Thieves Guild Enforcer, so the milling continues. There goes the Charix. Ooh. Alright, yeah. So we lose our Ooze. However, we get to play a Plains and play Elspeth, and make some soldiers. Oh, opponent's another land. All right, so opponent's land draws have been clutch. They kept a super risky hand, but it might be paying off for them. Opponent passes. Well, Elspeth. Pump. You go to combat. Attack you. Opponent goes to 14. Fabled Passage. And, yeah, let's play Arachneer. And pass the turn. All right, so opponent kills a spider. Untaps. Wow! Another... Wow. Okay. Well, opponent's lands draws have been amazingly good for them. Gets in, hits the Elspeth. Yeah. Well, crack Fabled Passage. Grab a island. Untap. Well, Pathway on green. Elspeth. Opponent. Alright. Drown in the lock. Sure. Well, in that case, we'll go attacking. Hit ya. Down to 14. What do you got, opponent? Gets in, hits us. Sure. Down to 16. Passes. Well, Elspeth. Exile some cards. Do you have another counter? No. Alright, so we will... Make tokens. Fabled Passage. Go to combat. No attacks this turn. Alright, there's the Thought Thief, but we have this... We still have the spider in our graveyard. So opponent gets to mill us. I mean, this is close. Opponent untaps. Hits another land. Mills us. Yeah. Combat. Attacks Elspeth. Mills us. Yeah. Hopefully you don't regret not cracking this earlier. Alright, get a Plains. Hey! That was close. So Elspeth down to 2. And, what you got, opponent? Gets the Luris. Okay. Well, we untap. We Elspeth. Pump. We get back Elspeth. Exile some cards. We pump. Pathway on white. Go to combat. Attack. Ooh, that was a... Alright, so. Solid footing. Kill the crab. Kill Thieves Guild. Hit you to 8. Alright, opponent. Well, we know the Luris is coming. Is that going to be enough, though? Will it be enough? Elspeth's going to keep pumping. We haven't got to Charix this game at all, but What do you got about it? All right, there's Luris, as expected. And the Thieves Guild Enforcer. Opponent gets in at Elspeth. Yeah, passes. Well, Arachneer. Get it back. Kill the Thought Thief. Elspeth. Pump. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent blocks. Drowned in the lock. All right, so opponent's fighting. They're fighting to stay alive. They go to 5. Well, we'll play the land. Keep the Pilgrim, even though I expect it's going to get milled. Pass the turn. 20 cards in our deck. Oh, this is so close. So close. Opponent steals our Spider. That's a good one for our opponent. That might swing it in our opponent's direction. Thieves Guild Enforcer from the graveyard. Mills. Attacks us. Oh boy. Ooh, that's interesting. All right. Well, we will play Scavenging Ooze. We will eat the Ruin Crab. We will eat the Ruin Crab. Elspeth. Pumps. And, yeah, pass the turn. No attacks. All right, opponent. Do your worst. The problem is we are slowly running out of cards. Wow. All right, that's a really good draw for our opponent. Draws 4 with the end of the story off the top. Whew. Yeah. All right. That's bad. That's real bad. And thanks to the draw 4, they get to kill our ooze. And that is probably the game. Opponent attacks with everything, no blocks. Oh, yeah. Well, we gave it a good run in this matchup. Our opponent just had the right top decks, unfortunately. Well, we can play Setessan Champion. We can Sentinel's Eyes Setessan Champion. Exile a couple cards. Draw a card. We can Castle Ardenvale. Elspeth. Get back, Elspeth. Make some soldiers. Pass the turn, but it's too little too late now. Opponent, another Thieves Guild Enforcer. Yeah, that does it. Oh, well, Charix was close. It was real close, this match. That end of the story, though, very good timing for, oh, dear. All right, another Thieves Guild Enforcer, and yeah, that officially does it. Sure. Well, we gave him a run, and we took a game off him in what is just a horrible, horrible matchup for Charix. So, well, you can't win them all with the crab. All right. Against the odds time, we are crabbing, Charixing, crab chantressing, and not enough lands. Gonna have to ship that one. Well, this will keep. Put Binding to the bottom. Well, actually, let's put Pilgrim to the bottom. Well, I mean, if we hit our lands, all right, that's a land. Getting there. We have the Charix. We can Heliod's Pilgrim something out. Maybe draw some cards with this Setessan Champion. We'll see. Untap land would be decent. Well, enchantment to the bottom. Go. So opponent, probably ramping. Oh, dear. Yeah, we're kind of weak to Lotus Cobra. Well, pathway on white. Setessan Champion. Go. Yeah, if our opponent could just combo off, there's not a ton we can do about it. Tap land, mana. Cultivate, mana. Yeah, we're not very good at just killing a Lotus Cobra. We can binding it, but binding it doesn't actually do anything. Opponent passes. Well, Fabled Passage. Crack it. Grab a Plains. And, yeah, I mean, get down Charix. The crab is here. Hit you for 1. Well, we'll see. We'll see. What does our opponent have? Land, mana. Hits our Setessan Champion. Plays a Scavenging Ooze. Alright, let's think about this. Alright, I think our plan is 1, 2, 3. Heliod's Pilgrim. Get a Sentinel's Eyes. Play Sentinel's Eyes. No attacks. Oh, man. Do they have Genesis Ultimatum, and how bad is it? If not, there's a chance. Well, yeah, they probably have it. Land, blue. Oh, no! Brazen Borrower. Bone Crusher. Opponent gets in, hits us, no blocks. That does slow us down a lot. Well, Pathway's good. We get to play Pathway on white. Charix. Sentinel's Eyes. Clear the graveyard. No attacks. Come on. Come on. No answers. No ultimatums. Terror of the Peaks. Land. Mana. So it's going to be Charix versus the world? Yeah. Alright. Opponent. Passes. Well, play an island. Play Cetizen Training. Draw a card. Go to combat. Attack. Oh! Combo! 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 Solid footing! 1919! You're a 19! You're dead! We got him with the crab! We got him with the crab! Alright. That was the dream. That was the dream. That's what we've been wanting to do. Whew! It could work! Oh, for 1 mana, Charix went from dealing 2 damage to dealing 19 damage with that solid footing. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Well, Mystical Dispute's in. Sadly, Nahiri's Binding is not great removal in this matchup, is it? Do we just take it out? Are we just gonna try to Goldfish him? I mean, we can't. We can bring him Broken Wings, maybe? I mean, I guess we try to counter the key things. And then I guess we're just mostly trying to Goldfish our opponent because, yeah. I mean, Nahiri's Binding stops the beatdown, but it doesn't stop Lotus Cobra from making mana or Terror of the Peaks from dealing damage, because those are just all triggered abilities. This is the one matchup where our removal is really poor. But, I mean, maybe we just grab him. Wow, it's a good thing they didn't block. I mean, kind of can't blame our opponent for not blocking. It didn't look like they were in danger of dying there at all. They were, and they did, but found it for us. Well, let's Temple of Enlightenment, scry. Sentinel's Eyes, we'll keep it. That is combo piece number 1 to go on our Charix. Opponent, Mountain, and passes. Well, scry land. Definitely keeping Cetizen Champion. Pass the turn. Opponent, Island. Cultivate, getting the ramp on. Yeah. Well, scry land. Island bottom. Pass the turn. Well, next turn we can start doing things, maybe. Well, Fabled Passage. Crack it. Grab a island and Charix. We got 2, so if it gets countered, it gets countered. Yeah, alright, there's a dispute. Definitely worried about Genesis Ultimatum. We have not drawn a way to just counter a Genesis Ultimatum. Mountain for our opponent. Passes. Okay, so, well, Charix, number 2. Fabled Passage, go. Please no Genesis Ultimatum. That's asking a lot. Alright, Terror of the Peaks. That's okay, because we can actually kill that with our sweet sideboard tech. Well, crack this. Grab a... let's grab an island for now, I guess. We have 1 green source. Well, And we have another green source there. All right, get an island. Untap. Ooh. All right, so we get to Sentinel's Eye, our Charix. Combo piece number 1. Broken Wing, Terror of the Peaks. Pathway on white. And, yeah, get in for 1. Pass the turn. Visionary. Draws a card. Well, the crab's coming for you. It's raging. Runs out Bone Crusher, sure. Opponent passes. That's solid footing. Well, 1, 2, 3. Cetizen Champion. Else to draw a card. Go to combat. Attack you. Are we blocking this time? Yes. Well, actually, you know what? Sure. Take 0, pass the turn. I think we'd rather leave up Dispute and a protection spell than kill Bone Crusher here. Because we do really want to be able to counter Genesis Ultimatum. Bone Crusher's Elcid. Yeah. Lotus Cobra. Sure. Bone Crusher. Opponent. Passing. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's solid footing. Draw a card. Oh, that is a good draw. Cetizen Training. Draw 2 cards. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent blocks. Wow, is this lethal? I think it is. 23, it is. All right. Karametra's Blessing. Karametra's Blessing, kill you? Yes! The crab dream! The literal crab dream. Well, I mean, that's how we drew it up. Oh, it actually worked. Oh, we janked him out so bad with the crab. Oh, that was good. That was real good. Sweet. All right, we'll take it. So what did we learn this week about Charix Crab Chandras? And overall, record-wise, we went 3-2, which actually kind of reasonable, especially considering we were really close in the matches we lost. We lost to Rogues in what was a really close match where we kept escaping. Our opponent just barely managed to grind us out. And then we lost a 3-game match to Warriors where we were mana screwed in game 3. So even our losses were really close. More importantly, we actually got some hilarious Charix skills. And it worked exactly like we hoped. Like, you play a Charix, you get the Sentinel's Eyes on it, you attack, people never block that. No one expects solid footing. I don't think anyone even knows solid footing exists, honestly. But no one expects you're going to solid footing, and all of a sudden Charix is going to be hitting for like 19 or 20 damage out of the blue to just win the game on the spot. And that happened several times across our 5 matches. Like, we got a bunch of wins that way, which was absolutely just hilarious and spectacular. So it did actually work. The enchantment plan is kind of reasonable. We get like good protection, we can gain some life, get a little bit of removal. In fact, I think the biggest weakness of the deck by far is our removal is just not very good. Like, Nahiri's Binding, it seems good. The problem is decks are playing like Terror of the Peaks, Lotus Cobras, cards like that don't really care too much about Nahiri's Binding. Like, sure, they can attack, but you're still getting the damage, you're still getting the mana. That makes Nahiri's Binding a little bit weaker, and then even weaker still with Yaryan around, because then you're like, Nahiri's Binding, your opponent's like, oh sure, blink the creature, whatever, get it back, draw more cards, do more things. So the removal is definitely the weakness of the deck, but Charix was sweet, the enchantment plan was sweet, the combo actually worked, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I was thinking Charix was going to be ridiculously tough to pull off, and to build like a cool combo-y Charix deck, I wasn't sure it was going to be possible with our card pool in Standard, but solid footing came through, the plan worked, we got some sweet wins, and yeah, I mean, it was definitely super fun. So that's been Charix Crab Chandras for Standard. That's been our Against Odds for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.